Hello, my name is Sabir, and today I'll be talking about the story of Pablo. A story in which Pablo teaches his town of Utopia that the world can be a dark place at times, and it's not always sunshine and rainbows, and that death is inevitable and it can strike at any time, at anyone. So, it's a beautiful day here in Utopia, where people all over are admiring the great weather that this day holds. People are already up, and they've already started the day, whether that's for work, traveling, or even tax season. Whatever it might be, people are up and already ready, raring to go. Everyone except Pablo, as you can see, he's still asleep. His mother attempts to wake him up by serving him some breakfast, but as you can see, that doesn't work. So she brings in his younger siblings, who make all sorts of noise and shake his bed aggressively. They even go to the extreme of doing the ice bucket challenge on him, as you can see. But surprisingly, that doesn't work. He's still very much asleep. The word eventually spread out to his neighbors, as you can see, as they're all wondering why Pablo is still asleep. Many of them think that Pablo's still asleep because he had a long day the day before, or he stood up. He stayed up all night, all hours of the night he was up. So that's why they think he's still sleeping. That's both of their theories on why Pablo's still asleep. As more people found out about Pablo's condition, more people ended up showing up at his house, as you can see. But if you notice something, they're not very happy. And the reason being is they think Pablo's possibly playing a prank on them and thinking he's fooling around with them about him sleeping. But they soon realize that Pablo is very much asleep, and they think he's in a deep one, a very deep sleep. So with that being said, his condition became viral all around town, caused a huge commotion. As you can see, newspaper articles, newspapers in general, were titled "Boy Won't Get Up." This is happening because the town has never seen this before. They've never seen someone in this condition before, someone not waking up, and of course they're going to think, oh, he's just sleeping, why won't he get up? So you can see they're panicking and they don't know what to do, and they're just trying to spread the word as much as possible in order for someone to help. Eventually, the authorities and the paramedics arrived to Pablo's house in order to see his condition and possibly give him a diagnosis. As a couple hours went by, the paramedics could only claim one thing. They claimed that they told his mother that Pablo passed away, and they had no idea why. So eventually the police officer broke the news to his mother, and the police officer broke the news to Pablo's mother, and Pablo's mother broke down in tears as she saw her son laying in the bed with no pulse, no heartbeat, and stone cold. She couldn't figure out why why something like this could happen, and she was devastated. Pablo showed an important lesson to the people of Utopia that day. He proved that even in a perfect world, bad things like this can happen. Life is something not to be taken for granted and should be cherished. And death is certain in life. It's inevitable, and it doesn't wait for anyone, and it doesn't care who it takes. It has no sympathy for anyone. It could strike at any time to anyone. And that's what Pablo proved today. That is the story of Pablo, of how he taught the people of Utopia a valuable lesson that the world is not always a beautiful place and death is certain. Thank you.